Hey guys, C-Dub here, and it's time to review another Spawn issue, and this is going to be issue number 29. This is, of course, the child abuse storyline, which we get into some real dark shit. Well, I'll be reviewing issue 30 very soon as well. But the issue starts off very confusing because Spawn was actually battling, or shouldn't say battling, but he was in the Angela comic series, and it takes place right after that. So you're a little confused because you're like, what the fuck happened after issue 28, when he was fighting the curse? But what happens is the Angela miniseries takes over and we come in after that, so it's a little confusing. But although it is confusing, we did get a great storyline in this. I love this Spawn storyline, really do. So we see that Andy's been being abused, and we know this very early on. They don't sugarcoat this and try to have it where we don't know, but we know who's doing it. It's very early, and we also get to see the different family dynamic with Terry and how he's raising Cyan against Andy's father. And he's more abusive towards the younger one than he is the older one, maybe because the older one's getting bigger, getting more sure of himself, but he's way more abusive to the younger sibling than he is to the older one. And I don't know if that's how it goes with abusive families, but as you can tell, he's way more willing and he snaps easier on the younger one. Not that he doesn't hit the older one, because he does abuse him as well, but it's definitely not to the same level as it is the younger one. As you can see, though, Andy's a good-hearted kid. He will spawn into this little shed they have, and he hides Spawn out there, and Spawn's trying to recover from the fight he has had in the miniseries with Angela. So this whole issue pretty much is showing the life of the two boys, Andy and Eddie, and we get to see how they go about things. And we also know that their father is a cop, and he's been established in the community as a good person, willing to help people, and he's a very church-bound individual. He goes to church. People respect and admire him to a degree, and they respect what they've done for him. So he has this mask on, how he can hide and be such a vile person behind the scenes, but no one really sees that. So you get as well that the boys can't really go to anyone, because who are they going to go to? Their dad is legit a cop, so going to the police is going to be pretty hard in that situation, and going to anyone else is going to be hard in that situation as well, because of how expected their dad is. And you see that the boys have been established to hide their dad's crimes, where they'll say, we were just messing around playing football, something happens, and that's how they mask the injuries and hide the injuries from the public. Eventually, Spawn does find out what has taken place, and he goes to confront their father. Now, the biggest thing we find out in this issue is that Spawn has hit his wife, and we think it's a one-time thing here. So hopefully it is a one-time thing. So you kind of may be like, oh, maybe it was just a one-time thing. But yeah, we do find out that Spawn actually did snap and hit his wife once before. So that was huge at the time, because we think of Spawn as this good hero. Yes, he's done some evil things for the government, though. That was all for the government trying to get paid. But now we see in his private life that he was able to even hit his wife, which is a crazy thing to think of at this time. That was the biggest shock in this story to me. Spawn uses his powers to let it be known on the father that he does abuse his kids, and it's written all over his body, and he cannot hide it. He can't wash it off, but it will come off in a week. But that makes things worse. Spawn was trying to make things better. He said he would confront the boy's father to make sure that this does not happen again, but this leads to a terrible result. And actually, this leads to the death of their father, because he snaps one day when they get home, and of course, because of all this, the writing on his body saying he abuses his kids, he's already on high alert and about to snap already. Like, he's already pissed off. So once they come in, he pretty much goes off, and Eddie gets the gun and shoots his father. Spawn didn't really make the situation better. He just kind of made it a lot worse, because now the kids are going to have to deal with that. It's going to be a hard situation on them either way. I get that he was trying to get the father to stop, but Spawn could have went about it a different way, and that's where Spawn fucks up. He fucks up a lot sometimes when he tries to do the right thing, and in this story, I can't say he did the right thing. It really didn't fix anything, leaving that mark on him. I think he could have got the father out of the picture in a better way, so at least it's not on the boys to kill their father, and he could have did something better. Hell, he could have killed them if he wanted to do that, but obviously he didn't. He wanted the boys to have a father, but he could have found a way to expose him, because he's exposed fucking Chief Banks and other people. He could have exposed the police chief. I mean, they're nothing compared to Jason Wynn and Chief Banks, so he could have exposed them in a different way and exposed what their father was doing and probably gotten him arrested or whatever. Spawn did not think this out. He didn't think this out. But as far as everything goes, I love the performances from this issue. Both of the VAs for the two boys were great. I felt like we had a teenage voice and a little kid's voice, perfectly fit for that. Jack Riley has done many different things. He was the person who did Finn Cooley in The Punisher Max. He killed it as the father as well. So great performances all around for a little behind the scenes thing. It wasn't that hard to get this issue out. And I can't wait to talk about issue 30. As far as the art for this issue is always fantastic. The art in Spawn is always a staple. But the story was really good as well. The only thing that brings the story down a little bit is it's a little confusing because you don't know when to come in. Like, this story, you could throw it anywhere, and they threw it right in the middle of something else that was happening. So that can confuse readers on why is this story happening right now. So that's the only thing I will say. But as far as the single issue is, as contained as a single issue, I should say, this is an 8 out of 10 story for me, or 8 out of 10 comic book. It's really worth reading. I recommend it. It's just lost in the place of continuity, but outside of that, great single story. So that's gonna be it, guys. Can't wait to review issue number 30, and we will be doing that soon. So see it about, guys. Peace. I hope you like the new Spawn issue that just came out as well. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you.